A new proposal to stop the wrecking ball from crashing into Good Samaritan Hospital.
Premier's actions are just wrong. They are the opposite of charity.
The accusation against Premier Health and the consequences if this bill passes. Then,
this is just a great compliment and acknowledgement of his dream.
One of our very own turning on the lights at Clifton Mill. Why tonight was extra special and the National Award just announced.
Plus, remembering former President George H.W. Bush.
He kept us flying high and challenged us to fly higher still.
The legacy he leaves behind. Then, male birth control one step closer to reality. How it works.
And our next weather maker, chances for snow. When we see our next flakes and when we have the chance for some accumulation.
First tonight, the fight to save Good Samaritan Hospital is now a bipartisan effort. Republican and Democratic representatives coming together to try to prevent the demolition of Good Samaritan Hospital. Good evening, everyone. I'm Adam Arrow.
And I'm Megan O'Rourke. A new bill is looking to allow cities the first option to buy abandoned health facilities before the owner can knock them down. ABC 22's Bryn Caswell is live tonight breaking down what this could mean for Premier Health and Good Sam. Bryn.
Megan, state representatives are accusing Premier Health of acting unethically as a nonprofit charity organization. They say Premier Health closed Good Sam strictly for profit here and issued deed restrictions to block out other competition from coming in.
Premier's actions are just wrong. They are the opposite of charity. Our legislation aims to fix this injustice.
Representative Jim Butler, joined by Representative Fred Strayhorn, are speaking out against Premier Health, demanding new legislation that would replace the abandoned Good Sam with another medical facility.
Many of us have argued for some time that there should be a good faith effort to either repurpose the hospital or be aggressive about finding someone else to purchase the hospital before tearing it down.
The new bill requires any hospital up for sale to offer it to the city first. If the city doesn't buy it and votes for it not to be demolished, it will then be required to be up for public auction.
Similar to a tax lien or a foreclosure sale, they have to advertise the hospital and auction date in a National Hospital Journal for 3 months, then hold the auction 3 to 5 months thereafter.
If no bids are made, the hospital network is allowed to demolish the building. But if the network does not follow any of these steps,
they go ahead and demolish the building anyway. Their entire hospital network will be treated as a for-profit entity for 20 years.
Lawmakers say Premier Health is not behaving like a nonprofit, accusing the network of buying the land from Catholic Health Initiatives for the purpose of shutting Good Sam down and prohibiting other hospitals from coming into that space.
What do charities not do? They do not abandon people in need in order to seek higher profits.
The NAACP and the Dayton Clergy Coalition are backing this bill. Representatives say they will not stop pushing for this legislation until it becomes a law. For now, reporting in Dayton, Bryn Caswell, ABC 22 News.
Bryn, thanks. And we've reached out to Premier for comment on the proposed legislation, and they sent us a statement saying, quote, at this time, we have had no inquiries to purchase or redevelop the property from any healthcare or governmental entity. If the property were to be transferred, we would restrict hospital services on the site because these services are readily available.
Tracking some rain showers over to snow showers across the area this evening. This is actually a weak cold front sliding through the Miami Valley as we speak, and it's primarily snowflakes coming down right now with the greatest concentration here in Greene County, but even some scattered activity to the west of Dayton as well. Temperatures pretty close to the freezing mark. We're headed down into the upper 20s to start the day tomorrow. Roads should be dry by the time we get to morning. Staying cold, though, with more opportunities for snow in the extended forecast.
Jamie, thanks. A live picture of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. tonight. The 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush, is lying in the Capitol right now. President Bush's casket being carried into the Capitol building this afternoon. He died at his home in Houston on Friday at the age of 94. He'll lie in state at the Capitol until Wednesday morning. Today, Representative Paul Ryan spoke about President Bush's character.
Throughout his life of service, President Bush personified grace. His character was second to none. He reached the heights of power with uncommon humility. He made monumental contributions to freedom with a fundamental decency that resonates across generations.
We talked to Cedarville University professor Mark Caleb Smith about the passing of President Bush. He tells us why President Bush would want President Trump at his funeral.
President Bush had an interesting approach to, I think, life after the presidency. He really took seriously this idea that you don't criticize the people who come to the office after you. He built strong relationships with Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama. So I think it's part of this idea that he was willing to reach out to the Trump presidency, even though there's clearly some bad blood between the Bushes as a family and the Trumps.
As of now, we have not heard if President Trump will speak at the funeral.
President Bush was well known for wearing colorful socks, and it's going to be no different when he's laid to rest. A family spokesman tweeting this picture of the socks that will honor his lifetime of service. They feature military jets in formation, a nod to his service as a young naval aviator in World War II. Now, here are the next steps. President Bush is going to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol until Wednesday at 8:45 in the morning. At that point, his casket will then be transported to the National Cathedral for a state funeral at 11. Following the service, President Bush will be flown back to Houston for a public viewing. A private funeral service will then happen Thursday, and then he will be taken by Union Pacific train to College Station, where he will be buried next to his wife and daughter.
Happening tomorrow, the last of the 4 members of the Wagner family will be in court. Billy Wagner is scheduled to be arraigned in Pike County. He's been locked up in the Butler County Jail for weeks now. He, his wife, and their 2 sons are charged with killing 8 members of the Roden family in 2016. Angela, Jake, and George Wagner all appeared in court last week, and all 3 entered a not guilty plea and are being held without bond. We will live stream that hearing on the ABC 22 Facebook page. New information now on an officer-involved shooting we told you about in Clay Township. The man who investigators say opened fire at the Clay Township Police Department on Friday has now been identified as 40-year-old Aaron Mitchell.
Yeah, it sounds like he shot.
This dash cam video given to us by the Huber Heights Police Department. Police say Mitchell was shot by officers on Friday after he refused demands to drop his weapon, led police on a chase, and fired at them again. We looked into his background. We found 1 misdemeanor arrest back in 2007. We checked. He is now in jail but has not been charged. The 2 officers involved in the shooting were put on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure for cases like this.
New tonight, a former nurse at Kettering Medical Center is accused of stealing drugs from patients. Investigators say Samantha Moyer worked at Kettering Medical Center on Southern Boulevard during the thefts. They say over several months she stole syringes filled with pain medication. She's accused of removing the medication from the syringes and replacing it with saline, then keeping the drugs for herself. Moyer's been charged with multiple counts of tampering with drugs and theft of drugs. She's set to be in court December 18th.
Happening soon, a meeting between the 2 senators from Ohio and the CEO of General Motors. Senators Rob Portman and Sherrod Brown announcing they will meet with GM CEO Mary Barra this Wednesday. A week ago today, GM announced that it will lay off 14,000 employees. That'll end production at 5 plants, including the one in Lordstown. GM has eliminated nearly 3,000 jobs at Lordstown over the last 2 years.
The NAACP voicing its opposition to House Bill 228, or the Stand Your Ground bill. The bill is scheduled to be on the Ohio Senate floor on Thursday. The Stand Your Ground bill would allow you to use deadly force to defend yourself anywhere you are legally allowed to be. The NAACP says the legislation would only make the problem of gun violence worse.
So for the legislature, for the House to pass it was terrible. For the Senate to take up in a fast track is uncalled for. And so as the Ohio Conference of NAACP and the branches across the state, we are asking our state senators to vote no on this bill. And for some reason, they don't hear what we're saying. We're going to call upon the governor to veto the legislation.
Right now, Ohio law only allows you to stand your ground inside your home or in your car. Governor John Kasich has threatened to veto the bill. And we've posted a link to the full legislation on our website, abc22now.com. Just click on this story under the local news tab.
We continue to follow several news stories tonight, but now the legendary lights of Clifton Mill are in the national spotlight. And tonight, that Greene County tradition beat other displays from around the country on the ABC show, The Great Christmas Light Fight. ABC 22's Rachel Aragon explains why Clifton Mill is a glowing example of what makes the holiday season so special.
31 years ago, Clifton Mill had about 100,000 lights, but today you're looking at 4 million lights on display. It's easy to see why this historic landmark is named one of the best Christmas light displays in the country. From the synchronized light show and covered bridge to the illuminated gorge and riverbanks, there's so much to love about Clifton Mill lights, and all that you see takes about 3 months to set up.
With my grandma and my grandpa and my sister.
Tonight, the display drawing in fans of all ages. And featured in the ABC TV show, The Great Christmas Light Fight, which showcases the most spectacular Christmas light displays in the country. Clifton Mill coming out victorious, winning not just bragging rights, but also $50,000. Owner Anthony Satariano says he already knows how he'll spend it.
Donate part of it, of course, but knowing me, more lights. I have a very dedicated handful of family and friends and employees that just put everything into it, and it just couldn't happen without them.
Clifton Mill getting all kinds of recognition this year. The legendary lights are also in the running to win Best Public Holiday Lights Display for USA Today. And we'll have that link on our website, of course, at abc22now.com, so you can vote Clifton Mill as the best public holiday light display in the country by USA Today. Reporting in Clifton, Rachel Aragon, ABC 22 News.
Rachel, thanks. Right now, ABC 22 and Fox 45 are preparing to take on hunger across the Miami Valley. Tomorrow, we're going to be hosting a town hall on that issue. From local efforts to the United Nations, we're sitting down with the experts to find out how the region is tackling the concern. You can catch the discussion on digital channel 45.2 and online at abc22now.com and at fox45now.com. It's all set to get underway at 7 tomorrow night.
So they just put one pump in their hands and rub it on their shoulders.
Women saying goodbye to pill packs, a new birth control for men. How effective it is still ahead.
A major step forward in the state's rollout of medical marijuana, when patients will be able to get their prescriptions.
And we're tracking some snow showers right now. The Miami Valley is back to feeling and eventually looking even more wintry next when snow sticking to the ground is headed our way. Here's a live look from our Kettering Health Network Skycam.
Tuesday morning, we're showing you how to make a holiday treat for your kids. It's called Snow Slime, and it's sure to be a hit in your house this season.
And we are back below average for the next several mornings. How many extra layers the kids will need, and a look ahead to the weekend and the best day to put your Christmas lights up.
The Skycam Report is brought to you by Kettering Health Network Emergency Care. For live streaming video from the Kettering Network Skycams, go to abc22now.com and click on weather.
Trust doesn't come easy. It's earned with gentle compassion. It's built through hard work and strengthened by tireless dedication. At Kettering Health Network, we feel the weight of your trust, and we honor it by dedicating our every resource into every patient, every single day. When minutes matter, it matters where you place your trust. Visit one of Kettering Health Network's 11 emergency centers and trust your care to us.
Everyone's talking about Kimmel. They said he's the most important host in late night. Really? They said he's late night's clearest voice.
They said I was extremely well endowed. Oh, no one said that?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Not invited to his holiday party?
Do you think that's a major red flag for our relationship?
If you're not with him on the holidays, you're not the one.
Are you serious?
You're not the one.
Next Eve.
Tomorrow at 4 on ABC 22.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Update your home with original vintage-style light bulbs from Pike Electric. Great for indoors or out in 40 or 60 watt, $266 each after sale price, and 11% off. Add beauty to any room with Dakota pre-finished shiplap in 8 finishes, $7.99 per piece after sale price, and 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Huntington, we're always thinking of ways to help customers. So when we heard they needed help tracking spending, we invented the spending drone.
Have we made any decisions? Yeah. We'll start with the oysters.
Over budget.
We'll both do the lobster.
Over budget.
With the truffle.
Over budget.
Potatoes.
Then we simplified. Presenting Huntington Heads Up. You set the monthly amounts you want to spend on restaurants, and we'll send you a heads up to keep you on track. Looking out for you by looking out for your money. Huntington. Welcome.
The extended forecast is brought to you by SVG Motors.
Some good news today for Ohio patients awaiting medical marijuana. The state's patient and caregiver registry is now open. Doctors can now register patients with one of 21 qualifying medical conditions through an online system. It also means after years of waiting, dispensaries will open in the coming weeks. But there won't be much product on the shelves, and it will go quickly. The registry was supposed to open in July, but was put on hold because state licensed growers were still several months away from their first harvest.
Couples, listen up. Scientists in Seattle are testing a new gel that they believe can prevent pregnancy. Patrick Quinn from our sister station in Seattle tells us about this cutting-edge medicine geared just for men.
So they just put one pump in their hands and rub it on their shoulders. It rubs in quite easily.
A gel to prevent pregnancy. Dr. Stephanie Page at the UW School of Medicine is one of the masterminds behind this trial, testing the new cutting-edge contraceptive. Just for men.
The really groundbreaking thing here is that there have been other studies of male hormonal contraceptive products, but this is the first self-delivered method.
No more condoms or pills. The 2-year trial will study about 400 couples, solely relying on this gel in 7 countries and 9 cities, including Seattle.
Would you use it?
Yes.
Why?
It's easier, less to think about, and you don't have to worry about breaking.
I wouldn't trust that a man would use it reliably.
Because they have to do it every day.
Right. And what's the price they pay if they forget?
According to the National Institute of Health, 40% of pregnancies worldwide are unplanned. And yes, this gel calls on men to take the point in prevention.
I think a lot of the responsibility belongs to women at this point, and I think that there should be more options.
Dr. Page, who's also working on engineering male contraceptive pills, says the gel will bring more balance in the bedroom.
Men really only have condoms and vasectomy as contraceptive options. So I think it's critical that we actually include men as parts of couples and give them options in terms of reversible contraception.
And that was Patrick Quinn reporting. Now, we should point out this drug does not guarantee STD prevention. While the trial is entering into its couple stage, about 200 men have been tested using the gel. 90 to 95% of the time, their sperm levels dropped to contraceptive levels.
People in central Illinois are cleaning up after several tornadoes hit their town Saturday night. This is more of that aerial view of the damage left behind in Taylorville, which is a city of about 11,000 people. That's about twice the population of Moraine. As you can see, many homes and businesses flattened, while others are heavily damaged. Luckily, so far, no reports of any deaths, but about 24 people were taken to area hospitals. Some of those are in critical condition.
Can't believe how much is destroyed. Finding stuff that wasn't in our yards, it's from somebody else's.
This is my community. This is what we do when you see friends and neighbors that need help.
Now, the cleanup is expected to take a few months. And Jamie, we had some storms here in the Miami Valley this weekend. Is this normal for this time of year to have tornadoes?
Actually, a secondary severe weather season that peaks in November, as a matter of fact. If you look at the average number of tornadoes by month for the state of Ohio, July is 4, August is 2, 1.2 in September, 0.9 in October, but we jump back up to 1.3 in November. We get some warm air like we had. It was over 60 Sunday. The clash of the warm and the cold air masses can produce severe weather makers, and indeed that was the case across the Midwest this past weekend. All right, looking up in Troy, where some showers have moved on through, and we've got wet roads, but thankfully just wet, and temperatures are going to fall below freezing through the overnight with still some showers out there. They started as rain showers, changing over to snow showers here, and looks like we got a little cluster in northern Greene County, southernmost Clark County. This might be able to maybe put down a little bit of a layer of coating of snow or so on the grass. That's probably going to be about it. I don't expect it to stick on any area roads. A few more stray showers south of the Dayton metro area as well. There's actually a cold front working through that's just going to give us a reinforcing shot of cold air. How many times have I said that in the last several weeks around here? It's been crazy how cold it's been, and indeed we are at or below freezing now in some places, but I checked pavement temperatures a while ago. They're running a few degrees higher than the air temperature, so that's good news for us through the night, and I expect the roads will dry out by the time we get to the morning commute. So we'll be pretty close to 30 in the upper 20s in spots. Your sunrise now at 7:42. Don't expect to see a whole lot of sun through the day tomorrow. That's one of the reasons we're not warming up much, is we're not getting a lot of sun. These cloudy days keeping the temperatures down. Yeah, we're still at or below freezing in most spots. At noontime, we'll top out around 33 or so, probably still around 32 for the evening commute with just more clouds out there. And there could be a couple of stray flakes from time to time tomorrow afternoon especially, but better chances for snow come the next 2 days after that. So as we head through Tuesday, it's mainly just cloudy skies out there. Temperatures pretty close to freezing, as I mentioned, at 5 p.m. And then we're back down into the upper 20s Wednesday morning with this right here coming through in the first part of the day. And that may put down a thin layer of snow in some spots for the Wednesday morning commute. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It will certainly be cold enough that it will stick. And Wednesday, not any warmer. We're just not getting any warm air back around here for a while. Now, so we put down maybe a coating of snow Wednesday morning with some snow showers there, a high of only 32 degrees. And then Thursday in the afternoon to early evening, another system rolls on through here. Maybe some rain on the southern edge of this, but as it does move on through, it will end as some snow. We're watching this one very carefully because there is the potential for some light accumulation with that as we head into the evening commute on Thursday. After that, a quiet stretch. Sun and clouds Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but not much warmer at all. Low to mid 30s for highs, lows in the 20s all the way through the weekend into early next week. There's going to be a pretty good snowmaker this weekend that's going to stay to our south, but if anybody has any travel plans down through southern Kentucky and Tennessee, that could end up being problematic, but should stay south of us.
Jamie, thanks. New hope in the face of a polio-like illness. The progress being made in the fight against AFM.
It gave us some people opportunities that may not have had opportunities.
New faces to help fight the drug crisis in the Miami Valley. How the first graduates of a new program hope to make an impact.
Watch ABC 22 on the go. Always live streaming on mobile with the WKEF ABC 22 app.
Take ABC 22 News with you wherever you go on your smartphone or tablet.
Get access to breaking news, your first warning weather, and your on-time traffic.
It's all at your fingertips. ABC 22 News on the move, fueled by the convenience stores of Speedway.
Hey, who's up for tacos? Pizza? Hello? How about Big Boy?
Frisch's Big Boy is a craving like no other. It starts with the original double-decker burger, those crispy golden crinkle-cut fries, an endless salad bar, and a smile that's as unique as the food. I just gotta have my Frisch's Big Boy. Get 8 dinners for under $8 every day. Tasty deals only at Frisch's Big Boy.
The Centerville, Washington Township community is just a great place to live. It's a great place to raise a family. My wife and I have been in the community a long time, over 40 years. Our boys grew up in this community, and both boys made the decision to start their college educational career at Sinclair. We want to create lifelong learners that are successful in all of their endeavors. What a gem we have right here in the Miami Valley area in Sinclair Community College. Our family's been touched by that, and many other families in the Centerville community have as well.
Tim Hortons freshly brewed coffee pairs perfectly with a bagel sandwich. And now you can get 2 bagel sandwiches with savory sausage, egg, and cheese for just $4, or 2 English muffins, or 1 of each. Get the 2 for $4 deal today. Great quality at a great value, only at Tim Hortons.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
I think it's time for a new screen. For a different kind of screen. For colon cancer. Thought about it? His wife asked about screening options, and her doctor ordered me. I'm Cologuard, the non-invasive test you use at home. No special drink, just a trip to the bathroom.
Cologuard, colon cancer screening that's as easy as get, go, gone. Cologuard is not right for everyone, so ask your doctor if it's right for you.
First Warning Weather is brought to you by Fiesel Roofing Company.
The family family of a man shot and killed by a Kettering police officer is filing suit. Jason Hoops was shot and killed back in August 2017 after investigators say he had a gun and failed to listen to officers' commands. This morning, Hoops' family filed a civil rights lawsuit in federal court against the Kettering Police Department and the officer involved. It alleges that the officer, Jonathan McCoy, used excessive force by firing at Hoops 9 times. In December of last year, a grand jury declined to indict the officer on any charges following that shooting.
A health alert tonight about the polio-like illness called AFM. Tonight, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it appears the number of cases has peaked for the year. The CDC says there have been 134 confirmed cases in 33 states this year. That's 18 more confirmed cases than reported last week. It also says there are 165 patients under investigation for possibly having it. AFM, which stands for acute flaccid myelitis, is found mainly in children and can lead to paralysis. The average age of patients this year is 5 years old. There's no cure or vaccine for the disease.
Tonight, there are 18 new chemical dependency counselors helping to fight the opioid epidemic. As a direct response to the opioid crisis, Montgomery County Alcohol, Drug Addiction and Mental Health Services, along with Sinclair Community College, partnered to train Level 1 chemical dependency counselors. Tonight, the first group of students graduated from the program. Now they're going to be able to provide services to people living with a substance use disorder. One counselor tells us this is something she's wanted to do for a long time after having a loved one struggle with chemical dependency.
She was chemical dependent, became chemical dependent throughout our relationship, and I watched her slowly turn into the person that she didn't want to be. And so after I got over my anger and sadness of watching her life fade away, then I decided, yeah, I want to take everything that I learned and give somebody else an opportunity to hopefully beat it.
Program organizers say they're on track to graduate 20 to 25 students every semester.
The OSU Buckeyes are going to the Rose Bowl. What it means for Coach Urban Meyer.
On Friday, November 30th, 2018, former President George H.W. Bush died peacefully, surrounded by friends and family. He was 94. Former President Bush was a decorated World War II Navy pilot and a former director of the CIA. After serving as vice president to former President Ronald Reagan, Bush himself moved into the Oval Office toward the end of the Cold War. President Bush will be remembered for his extensive record of service to our country. As president, he displayed an incredible ability to make the United States safe through artful foreign policy. President Bush led America through an incredibly complicated time, including the falling of the Berlin Wall, the First Gulf War, and the dissolution of the Soviet Union. The late president arrives in Washington, D.C. this week, where he will lie in state at the Capitol before being honored and receiving a state funeral at the National Cathedral. President Bush will then be laid to rest at the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library at Texas A&M University, next to his wife, former First Lady Barbara Bush, and their late daughter, Robin. Our 41st president, George H.W. Bush, was a man of honor, valor, and devotion to our great country. Here's the bottom line. From everyone here at the Bottom Line team, our thoughts and prayers are with the Bush family in this time of mourning. Former President Bush's contributions to our nation's history will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, sir. Share with me your bottom line. Please email me at bottomline@sbgtv.com and let me know your thoughts on today's segment.
I love shoes. You find them in the store, you know, they like call you, but they hurt. The best ones hurt the worst. And you're walking around going, I don't want anyone to know that I'm not happy. Stuck in the arch supports, and I felt so much better. I'd say Good Feet helped with all of my great shoes. They turned out to be something that actually works for me. My name is Ava, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the legendary lights of Clifton Mill now through December 31st with 4 million lights, extended covered bridge light show, Santa collection, plus cool Christmas surprises. Open 7 days and best time to visit is Monday through Thursday. Go to cliftonmill.com.
From all of us,
Merry Christmas!
Attention Medicare recipients. If you receive Original Medicare, or if you're currently enrolled in a Medicare Advantage or Supplement plan, the Medicare annual enrollment period is officially here. Through December 7th, all Medicare recipients can shop for lower prices on all Medicare Advantage and supplemental plans, regardless of pre-existing conditions or illnesses. Get Original Medicare plus prescription drug coverage, $0 copays, dental and vision, all together in one plan with a low or even $0 monthly premium. Medicare Enroll America will shop plans from 3 or more insurers to help you find the lowest prices and the best coverage, even if you already have a Medicare Advantage or supplement plan. Save on prescription drugs, copays, dental, and vision all together in one plan with a low or even $0 monthly premium. Are you now eligible for a $0 monthly premium on a Medicare Advantage plan? Call 1-800-700-0499 to speak with a licensed insurance agent. That's 1-800-700-0499.
It's Health Foods Unlimited's holiday savings. Integrity, transparency, and quality is what makes Nutrigold best in class. Now save 25% on the entire line of vitamins, minerals, and herbal supplements. And get special in-store savings on Solgar's top quality line of innovative nutritional supplements to support optimal health this holiday season.
Health Foods Unlimited, the natural way of caring for you.
Tuesday morning, we're showing you how to make a holiday treat for your kids. It's called Snow Slime, and it's sure to be a hit in your house this season.
And we are back below average for the next several mornings. How many extra layers the kids will need, and a look ahead to the weekend and the best day to put your Christmas lights up.
On the next Family Feud, kids make a circle going around the snowman. They be looking, something wrong with Frosty.
Tomorrow at 7 on ABC 22.
Despite a Big Ten title, Ohio State won't be making an appearance in this year's college football playoffs. Instead, they're headed to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. This is going to be Ohio State's first trip since 2010 when the Bucs beat Oregon. Head coach Urban Meyer grew up watching the Buckeyes compete in 4 straight trips to Pasadena. The opportunity to lead a team this time is something off of his coaching bucket list.
I do remember watching the Rose Bowl and watching the Rose Bowl parade, and Woody Hayes and the great players, the Buckeyes going out there, and I got that visual of USC and Ohio State playing in the Rose Bowl as a kid growing up, and I'm sure everybody in Ohio does.
If you're looking to go to the game, tickets cost $180 per person. You can buy them through the Ohio State Athletic Department's website, but you better act quickly before they're all sold out.
Next on Jimmy Kimmel Live, you can watch Julie Bowen from Modern Family, RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, and musical guest Phosphorescent. I knew it before the show. Darn it, so close. That's all right here on ABC 22 following our newscast. Hopefully Kimmel's people can pronounce it better.
I'm sure they can.
I
We usually can't pronounce 90%
I mean, I'm out of the
shows.
loop.
It's a nod to how hip Adam and I are.
Yeah, I'm right there with
painful.
you. All right, so we're looking at, I just got a Facebook message from a viewer in Covington saying starting to get a little icy in spots up there. So maybe we will have some slick spots as we head towards morning. Of course, the morning crew will be here starting at 4:25.
Far too many of our friends and neighbors, including children, don't have enough to